Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and today I have a big announcement. Tanks are now available on the main server. So as you can see here, it is only the German and the Russians who have their tanks. There are some premiums and even some gifts. Now I've purchased the gift packs, but they're not available right now. The M4A2, and then where's the other one? The premium T34 there. And I imagine because, you know, this is still kind of a test, but now it's just a much greater audience test right here. Convert using gold. Alright, so there are a few things that you should be aware of. One is everything you do will be reset. This is basically an open beta test, but tanks, they're saying, will be reverted back, so all your progress. Also, any lines you spend on this stuff will not be refunded, and golden eagles will also not be refunded. So I wouldn't recommend purchasing these tanks. Look, you can't even do it. I was actually interested in trying it out. Anyway, so without further ado, let's jump into the battle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and we are on the main server. Not the CBT server, but the main server. So we got some HE and some armor-piercing, high-explosive ballistic cap. Just to make it easier, we want that penetration. Now we're doing arcade mode. This is going to be our first arcade battle on tanks in open beta. Now, I want to say that it's open beta. There's a lot of things that you should be aware of. I'm going to copy all the information. It's going to be in the video description below. So if you haven't read up on it, I encourage you to do so. Basically, it has to do with refunds, progress, all that stuff. Essentially, all progress will be wiped, and you won't get any refunds. So don't spend any golden eagles on crew upgrades or anything like that. You currently are unable to buy the premium tanks. If you were, I assume that you wouldn't be able to get them back. Now, we don't have access to the gift planes or anything like, or excuse me, gift tanks. Ghost in the darkness. Is that? Oh, that's blue. Alright, so we are in arcade, so we do get the X. Lots of Panzer IICs on our team. Decent amount of T26s on the enemy team. I do believe I have 3 lives. So let's check it out. It looks like there's a battle on that ridge. Got like almost like a dusk type, you know, time of day, and some kind of foggy mist going on. Definitely some action happening right there. Let's see, is there any way to get up there? Yeah, right here. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're set on fire. Panzer II, my teammate over there. We're gonna burn up. Let's see if we can get another shot before we die. Ooh, I hope he peeks. Yeah, we're on fire. Well, that was just not really being aware of our surroundings and putting too much faith in our teammates, which quite frankly, unless you're in a squad with some trusted people, is a waste of time. But at the end of the day, it is my own fault. So we will take T26 number 2 out and hope for better results. Panzer II. There's some team killing going on the other team right there. A lot of action happening. If I look on the radar, there's 3 of my allies around the kind of what is one of a potential capture point where the B-17, you know, pieces are. So 3 of us are engaging one of them, as opposed to pushing up and flanking and being dynamic. T26 just got wrecked right there. Look at that shot. I'll take it. Now, I'm not really sure, but I think I just saw the number 3. Is that true? Let's see if we can't hit these AAA. I'd love to hit them. Free ground kills. Good for XP upgrades. All that, or, you know, RP upgrades, stuff like that. Looks like they're probably a little too far away. Bombs going off. But there's no human-controlled planes allowed in arcade mode right now. It's just tanks, which is fun. We're gonna push up. It's arcade mode. I don't know why these guys are too hesitant. Oh, that guy's dead. Someone's shooting at this rock I'm in front of. Oh. This guy's got a nice little spot. Shooting through the rock. Pull back. Got a little lengthy reload there on that 20. Pull up. Try to angle ourselves a little better. Pick a better spot to hit. Let's see. Right there looks good. Loader and driver. We're pretty much bouncing these 20s. We got decent angling. And he's firing at the front of our armor. He's nice and slanted too. But so I got 3 research points for that kill. Which may not seem like a lot. I'm assuming that, you know, once the battle's over, we'll see a lot different stuff. Now, I can't see crap because of this. There's definitely a guy over here. Surface unit destroyed. A nice lead shot right there. Alright, so a little bit of a slow start, but we're kind of back in it. Need to avoid being flanked and being shot in the boot. Do we have a shot? Oh, close. Surface unit destroyed. I'll take it. See, this is the advantage of the 45. With the Panzer II, you have to be very dynamic. And by dynamic, I mean you gotta be moving, shooting and scooting, all that good stuff. So, checking the radar, there's no one over here. So I might venture out a little more. These guys are firing purely speculative shots. I have to worry about the T-26. If he's shooting at me, that's someone who could damage me. Looks like Panzer II. Anyone over there? Oh, he's got his profile to me. Boom. Getting those snipe shots. See, this is a good spot. If you command this hill, you can command the lower part of the battlefield. And then it's a good day for your team. Alright. But Soviet tanks and gun depression, they don't get along. Alright, second shot and we'll be able to... Ooh, someone lit him on fire. Not us. Gun depression issues. Alright. Ooh. Undamaged. I'm actually surprised. We're getting shot from behind us. Ooh. We overexposed ourselves a bit much. And got T-26. He who lives by the T-26 most certainly will die by it. Alright, so we're gonna head out there again to retake that ridge. It's a pretty good spot. But what we just saw was basically, from my experience, and in most games, but especially with tanks, there are certain spots on the map that if your team is doing well and you're able to hold, you will likely be able to sit very well, get a lot of kills. But it's all dependent on the fact is if you can keep that area controlled. I had some allies that were up here. There's 3 or 4 of them, it looks like, on the mini-map anyway. And one of the enemies snuck through. It's arcade mode, so there's going to be constant respawning. So if you're going to sit in one place like I did, you can expect that someone's going to respawn and shoot you. It's almost like, you know, first-person shooter with respawns. Especially with that kill feed. They know where you are. They're going to find you. Ooh, those bombs. So I don't see anything popping up. I think these are like AIs or something. That would explain a lot, honestly. Now I can't tell what's happening because of this Got. That's arcade mode. You get that X. Confirmation. No, I don't really like. Ooh, enemy kill assist. We'll take it. Movement. What is the green for? I don't know why that came up. Open beta test. Keyword beta. Oh. Ghost. The ghost in the darkness. Okay. Let's try to lead you here. Ooh, got smashed right there. Yeah! Those sniper shots, huh? That was a miss. He's on the move. Now we're not going to make the same mistake, and look at that! Look at the timing. But we're getting shot at from the side. So we're going to keep our front armor kind of slanted to deal with both these gypsies here. All we just got to do is get out of the way of that. Yeah, Panzer IIC's opening up. Panzer IIC and a T-26. Worried about the T-26. He's going to be popping out here. Ah. Do the little wiggle. We're on fire. Ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I was like a few seconds away. A few seconds away from getting vengeance on Mario. It's a Mario. So that was our first arcade mode. Now time to try some realistic battles. Alright, so we are in realistic game modes. We no longer have that hex that we saw with our... Ooh, IL-2s everywhere. Good lord, that's scary. Huh. Gonna be bombs being dropped soon. Look at that flak just going after that guy. The Stuka over there. So at this point, let's see. We're on the map. We're going to take this long road around. Panzer II needs to be played aggressively, I think, because you got to get in close with your 20 in most cases. The T-26 will beat you in distance. These guys are already shooting at the AAA. We're going to take the main road around. Let's see, do we have anyone following us? Maybe. I'm not going to take the shortcut. We may peek up on this hill, but we're Panzer II, so we got to use mobility, flank around, shoot them in the sides and in the rear with our automatic 20. Oh, we also have artillery, so we're going to definitely use that. Check our surroundings here. Hopefully the artillery will be able to kind of hit back a little harder. Do some damage, hopefully get a kill or two. Fingers crossed. Now I don't want to be on the road now. That's not the scariest thing I've ever seen. There's a Panzer IV-C. Holy titties. I'm not sure. Don't want to get hit by that. Oh, is that him right there? Call an artillery strike on this position if I can get a... Yep, that's definitely his hole right there. We got a T-26 camping out. But see, you can't... Oh, God. Where's that? How did they get over there? Calling an airstrike. Good lord. Alright, he got our horizontal. Target undamaged. So we're gonna have some Panzer II Sex right here. Basically gonna have to charge up. And I don't have artillery yet. So hopefully I reload before he does. I'm gonna fire him right into the little... Come on. We're gonna damage. Fail me. Nope, that's not working. Now I'm getting hit from the rear. Not a good day. We're gonna call artillery in, hopefully. Hopefully we'll survive long enough. So now we just gotta hope he stays here long enough for artillery to do something. T-26 isn't able to hit us. Oh, T-26 got us. Fingers crossed on that artillery. We'll have to hop out there though. I mean, Panzer II's just quite frankly tough. Lots of artillery. Lots of artillery. Nothing to our name though. What is this? Got an assist. Yay! Alright, so now we're going to check out the other route on Kuban here. Kind of where more of the action is happening. But right now, who do I think has the edge as far as reserve tanks go? Is it really a surprise that I think the T-26 has the edge? And the Panzer II... The Panzer II performed well in World War II, mostly because of the doctrine that the Germans were using and the strategy. You know, if we were to incorporate, you know, that same strategy within this game, I would be in a squad, and there'd be 4 of us sneaking up on, you know, French and Polish tanks, you know, 4v1 kind of a thing, and doing breakthroughs and encirclement and all that good stuff. But I don't really believe that this map would allow for something like that, nor the game in general. But it's like with certain plane tech trees, you know, you grind through some lower levels and then you really just finally have a great time, because this is more about historical accuracy in many cases. The mighty T-26. We'll follow our Soviet brother in. It looks like we're taking the enemy flag, so that's good. How are we doing? We're doing better in terms of just like cursory look. Alright. Yeah, we've got T-26s marching up here. We're gonna take some shots at this aisle too. I have no idea how far away he is. Realistic battles, man. Basically, we'd have to have him kind of line us up, come in head on for us to get a relatively easy kill from the ground. So this guy's being cautious. Perchance. AAA, they're all firing at this hill. Our team is just rolling up. There should be an enemy behind this hill, maybe. Or basically, likely story would be where they're firing. So we're gonna go around it. Flanking maneuver. Panzerkampfwagen, flanking maneuver. What's going on here? It's pretty much their spawn. Krebs. There's a clan called Krebs now. Interesting. Enemy kill assist. We'll take anything we can get, honestly, in the Panzer II. We should definitely pull back. There's definitely some action going on. I say we should definitely pull back as I pull forward. Do you see what's happening here? But I realize the game's almost over. Panzer II-C. I can't even. But we got a victory and we got 2 assists out of it. Ooh, 2 seconds away from maybe getting a few extra RP points. But I think my style and just in general, like, I have a tough time with the Panzer II-C, but that's realistic battles. So now you have an example of arcade and realistic, the research system and stuff. So how's this going to play out? Yeah. Ooh, I got the BT-7. Research is going rather quick. Buy all researched. Makes it easy. And then you got to select what you want to do. What next? For the T-26, we definitely, well, we got enough to get almost everything. Artillery sport's always good. Some fire extinguisher, add-on armor. Yeah, we're going to be able to get everything. Because we had a really good game. Actually, I just press OK, and then I'll be able to buy all of them. Alright, now we're back to the Panzer II-C. We got... Alright, buying all of it. So, yeah. Let's go it over real quick once again. You have all 5 tiers available. You know, the Panther II being the peak for the Germans. For the Russians, you've got the IS-4 modernized. Going to be an absolute beast. You have some premiums. You can't order them right now. Using Gold Eagle is currently not available. They have that because if you were to spend Golden Eagles, you wouldn't be refunded them. However, there still is kind of a way you could spend Golden Eagles, but keep in mind, you will not be refunded. And that would be upgrading the crew. If I wanted to accelerate training, you would not get refunded for using Golden Eagles. In the silver lines you're spending on this stuff, although it's been greatly reduced, as you can tell, both research points and silver lines, and this is to kind of basically not cost you anything to play it, you wouldn't be refunded for that. So keep that in mind. And also the CBT server, or excuse me, habits, right? Old habits die hard. The open beta testing is through the events, of which they're only available at certain times. All the information you need and links to it are in the video description below. So my name is Baron. I thank y'all for watching. Make sure to pull the trigger on that like button because, ladies and gentlemen, tanks are now out on the main server. I'm excited. How excited for you? And what tank are you looking forward to playing the most? My whole squad's dead. Oh, did he die?
There's a Saber flying straight over the runway. He obviously didn't see me.
Nice.
Uh-oh, Urban.
Yeah.
The dead guy's flying over towards you.
Oh, he's not gonna be able to shoot you, dude.
He's not.
Holy shit, dude, he's flying over you, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking at cockpit view.
Lol.
Get sniped. And by sniped, I mean shot last second.
Asshole.
When in doubt, trim it out.
Oh, nice, Baron. Good job. I didn't even know you got your kill.
He, like, flew right over my face. Pulled out my pistol, my little Luger.
One guy left.
Popped him.
There's only